Hey scanning enthusiasts, you're on the iScanner channel. Here we talk about scanning hacks, minimalist lifestyle, and tips for organizing your paperwork. Subscribe to our YouTube channel now for more sustainable tips and insights. All of us have things that have been kept in our drawers, cabinets, and attics for ages, things that we don't really need. And sometimes we don't even remember where they came from or why we kept them in the first place. Documents are a huge part of that clutter, especially if you work remotely and or have children. And documents often hold a power over us and we're afraid to throw out that excess. When we need something, it feels like a treasure hunt, and instead of finding gold, you find last year's grocery list. So today we're talking about how you can organize all those papers in a simple, stress-free way and get a nice reward. Newly added to iScanner Eco Certificates that will show your personal impact to everyone. Ready to dive in? Let's go. Spring is the perfect time for a fresh start. The weather gets warmer, our moods lift, we become more productive, so why not give our home a refresh too? That's where decluttering comes in. Decluttering isn't just about tidying up and tossing out stuff. As a professional organizer, I can say that it's about creating a system that makes it easy to find what you need and turns your space into a more inviting place. And paperwork everywhere, that's just not part of the system. Knowing where to start is already half the battle, so let's discuss some simple steps and tips so your home will thank you later. First, review your documents. Don't worry, we will do it together. We tend to keep more papers than we actually need, so the first step is to identify and decide which papers are essential for you and your family to keep. Here are a few must-haves. Personal IDs like birth certificates and marriage licenses, tax records which you should keep for up to 7 years, home repair records in case you sell or file insurance claims, and warranties and receipts for returns or repairs. So sort your files into 2 piles, to keep and to discard, but we'll go back into these piles in a moment. Okay, so for the documents that you decided to keep, instead of putting them in a cluttered file box, try digitizing them. You can use folders, file boxes, or cabinets for the documents that you really need, but here's the thing, if you put them in a storage room or a garage, sooner or later you will find yourself decluttering that space too. Scanning your original documents and always keeping a digital copy at hand is super convenient. You probably don't know, but insurance companies can request your receipts for larger purchases such as electronics or furniture to process any claims. As more people are experiencing natural disasters and losing their homes, it's important to create digital copies, and this is where iScanner can help. iScanner makes it super easy. With iScanner, you can scan your documents with super good quality and offers PDF editing functions for any tweaks you need. And then you can share the files through the app via email or just create a shareable link. An extra benefit is that you can manage your files, search using keywords, and even set reminders for important documents. And what about sensitive information? Your files can be protected by a pin-protected secure folder. What is also important and that adds a sense of belonging is that iScanner tracks your environmental impact. With our Eco Achievements feature, you can see how each document that you scan helps save trees. Plus, when you reach certain milestones, you'll earn badges and certificates. There are a total of 8. 1, 25, 100, 200, 500, 1,000, 2,000, and finally 4,000. Your certificate will serve as proof of your achievement and your environmental impact. Download it, print it, hang it on your wall, or post it on your LinkedIn. Let everyone know about your green footprint. After organizing and digitizing, it's time for the third step, which means throwing away anything that you don't need. Yes, you heard that right. Get rid of everything that you don't need. Is the warranty of your TV expired? Straight into the trash bin. Tax records that have been stored for centuries, old employment contracts, insurances that are expired. Join the club. It feels great to feel free from unnecessary things. Just be careful with sensitive documents. If they contain any personal information, they can be used for fraud. So use a shredder or cut them into small pieces and then mix them up before throwing them away. For example, here I have my bank statement. I don't need it anymore, but I'm going to remove my personal information and then throw it away. And one more thing, recycle if you can. Place papers in special recycling containers or find a local recycling company that can come and pick them up from your home. You can easily find your local recycling center with the recycling locator tool or recyclenow.com. Or another way is to take mass paperworks to FedEx office shredding services. You can pay by weight and safely dispose all your financial reports, old bank statements, and anything else you want. It's a little effort for a big sense of fulfillment. And finally, create your own system. If you don't use any logic when digitizing, it'll be more difficult to find the documents that you need. There's no universal standard to create the perfect document management system. You're free to explore and just create your own. The most important thing is that it's convenient and it works best for you. What works for me is to develop a personal naming system, such as client name, the month, or the year. It's easy to remember, copy, and search for. Just a quick tip, keep documents in a safe place and never keep them in areas that aren't climate controlled. While it may seem obvious, factors like flooding, mold, indoor pests, and any other conditions can damage or even destroy all your documents. For example, a lockable drawer in a dry place or a secure safe box is a great option. So as you know, practice makes perfect, so make organizing a habit. Scan and sort your documents immediately and set a timer for every month or two to review all your files. Thank you for watching. If you found these tips helpful, give us a thumbs up, subscribe for more organization hacks, or share in the comments below how you're decluttering. Bye!